Well, hello there, my fellow rushers. How are you doing today? King Rex here, and today we're gonna be doing yet another challenge in Kingdom Rush Vengeance. Now, this one will be kind of a quote-unquote continuation of our challenge that we did last time, but not really. It was requested by Red Warrior once again, and he asked if we can beat Kingdom Rush Vengeance post-game on Impossible with just Tier 3 towers. Well, let's jump in and find out. But before we begin, let's explain the rules of the challenge real quick. Rule number 1, we're beating the post-game, which is this area, and this area right here. Rule number 2, we're playing on Impossible mode, otherwise I'm a failure, and as you can see, already set in. Rule number 3, what can we use? Well, there's no tower restrictions, we can use every tower as long as it's not a tier 4. And these are gonna be my primal picks. I may use some other towers, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But also there's gonna be rule number 4. You didn't expect that now, did ya? Rule number 4 is basically, we cannot use premium heroes. Yeah, just to make it a little bit more challenging. So Varuk, Azra and Olok are gonna be our main picks. And for the most part it's gonna be Azra, let's be honest, she's just the best free hero. And yeah, this is gonna be pretty interesting, so can you beat the game like this? Well, let's get on with it and see if it's possible. Alright then, well, starting off with the first level, it's a joke. That should have been obvious, right? Well, not really, it is a little bit hard, not gonna lie. It's not quite the easiest level. It's been pretty hard, at least from wave 14 and 15. It has been quite a difficult level. I mean, look at that. Wowzers. Half of our lives just gone. Well, actually more than half, we left with 4 lives, jeez. Well, that sucked. So yeah, we're definitely switching up to Azra because, you know, Azra is amazing. And yeah, we're gonna be doing just fine for now. This level is surprisingly much easier than the last one. I mean, we're not gonna lose any lives. I don't know why, but the first level in this area is always hard. Like, even when you use good towers, it could be pretty challenging. I don't know, I guess it's just very swarmy. And yeah, I can remember when this little expansion came out, it was like arguably the hardest level in Vengeance. And it still is one of the hardest levels in Vengeance in my opinion. But yeah, this level, however, is a joke. Pond of the Sage, it was slightly difficult, mostly in the early game. You have to be a little creative in the early game, but other than that, it's pretty smooth sailing, you know. After you get past the mid game, it's easy. I mean, yeah, even though we have a crap ton of Demolishers with Channelers, which is a pretty bad combo because the Channelers can increase their armor and increase their damage, I believe, but we're taking him down. And now there he is, the first boss. We have Pollux the Wise, not the YouTuber, the actual boss. And yeah, he's gonna melt to the Blazing Gem, as per usual. Destroyed. And now we're moving on to this area. Here we have a little bit of a troublesome enemy, the Frozen Hearts. They're surprisingly challenging when you don't have a good mages. Now, even though we have the Blazing Gem, the issue with him is that he targets the last enemy. He doesn't target first like every other tower. He targets last, which is technically more efficient because that way he can take some time to build up the damage. Because, you know, he deals damage over time, and the longer he stays on his target, the more damage he's going to take over in total. But here, come on, are you telling me we're gonna lose to Frozen Hearts? Unfortunately, yes. Yes, we are. Well, crap. So, let's continue with this one. Into the mountains, surprisingly easy. Even though we have an onslaught of Drodders and no artillery, we're doing just fine. The Winter Lords are a bit problematic because they switch their resistance every now and then. And after watching the footages, I was able to find out that they switch their resistance on a set cooldown, not on progression, which was the thing that I thought for a long time, basically. But now at least I know how they function, which is pretty nice. And now for this level. Sadly, on this level we had to use the War Zeppelin, because if we don't, well, I'm gonna show you what's about to happen if you don't use the War Zeppelin. Here we go. Oh my god, what the fuck? Alright, what is this Mickey Mouse bullshit? Look at this. Look at how many Drodders we have. That's like over 100 Drodders. How am I supposed to handle them? I don't know. Azra is definitely gonna do shit about it, because look at this. Alright, I need to restart because our lives are gonna start dwindling away. And this frozen bitch is gonna overwhelm me. Oh, why? I wasted 20 minutes of my time. Just remove this. Remove this out of my sight. Where was the button? Holy fuck, where is the button? There it is. So yeah, as you saw, it was very atrocious to say the least. You definitely need artillery in this challenge, otherwise this level is straight up impossible. At least with Azure. Maybe it's possible with someone else, but you know, we're using only the free heroes, so yeah, it's probably not gonna be doable. But anyhow, let's see how much better we can perform with the artillery. Judging by the looks of it, much better. Hence why you use artillery. Now you're probably thinking that I could have used like Melting Furnace or Rocket Riders, but they attack a little bit too slowly for my liking. And yeah, now we're moving on to the third area, which wasn't too troublesome. The only main issue that we had was the skeletons. Surprisingly, even though they don't have a lot of health, there's a lot of them, especially, I mean, pretty much in every level, there's a lot of skeletons. And whenever one of them dies, he's gonna heal the other skeletons that are close to him, which is kinda problematic. And yeah, we're chugging along for now. We're not struggling too much. But the werewolves are a little bit problematic because they do 40 to 60 damage, and one of them ended up leaking, which was, you know, it kinda sucked, but whatever. We couldn't do anything about it, that's just the way it is. And now the last wave, we just have a lot of werewolves and some skeletons. It's not that bad. I mean, yeah, look at that. We're gonna destroy them pretty much. Thankfully, the Swamp Thing is able to stall them out, and yeah, we're done. Now for this one, we have Corrosive Souls. A joke. Just melt it. What is not gonna melt, however, is these guys. The licks, or the Berry Pops, as I like to call them. Yeah, they're gonna spawn even more skeletons, so we have to spawn kill them, but it's not really possible. You know, I mean, the Swamp Thing is able to hit them, but they're just gonna spawn skeletons and they're gonna make Swamp Thing prioritize the skeleton, not the licks. But whatever, we still beat the level anyway. And now for this one, the last one, which is just... it's a difficult level, don't get me wrong, it is, but it's definitely doable like this. Even though we're gonna lose a lot of lives on the next wave, because look at that. 14 whopping Corrosive Souls. How the hell do you take these things down? I don't know. And yeah, just... Onslaught, we got decimated. We lost a crap ton of lives. And we're gonna lose probably a couple more because, you know, the skeletons and all. And yeah, a couple of skeletons made it through, but it doesn't matter. The ghosts are by far the easiest part of the level, because you don't really need to do much about them. All you need to do is just make sure that you have physical damage on one side and magical damage on the other. Basically magic on the left, physical damage on the right. And yeah, the ghosts are gonna melt and we're gonna beat this challenge once and for all. Alright then, so in the end, the question must be answered. Can you beat Kingdom Rush Vengeance post-game on Impossible with just tier 3 towers? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. It wasn't too bad. Sure, I used premium towers, but I feel like they were needed, otherwise it was the dragons, and I feel like adding premium towers is better than adding like Ice Cold and Merglin to just decimate everything, right? I feel like this was a little bit of a better trade-off. And yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. And don't worry, the next challenge is not gonna be in Vengeance. I know I've been on a strike pretty much. Like for the last few weeks I've been posting nothing but Vengeance, but the next challenge will be something in Origins, but I'm not gonna say what it is. You'll have to stay tuned in order to see it. And yeah guys, with that out of the way, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you everybody so much for watching, I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future, and while you're at it, drop a like on the video, it means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next video. Until it comes, that was King Rexy, over and out.